What's going on, family, friends, truth seekers? So I did a post with my book, and somebody DM'd me and say, brother, you got to do another one. So I can't do a lot from my book because TikTok don't give me that much. Check out the other one. It's called The Intent. I'm going to give you a little bit of tea from the book, from chapter 1. It's called The Purpose of a Name. If you haven't gotten the book, get it. So let me help you understand why I put so much emphasis on a name. So if we look at Genesis, like if you turn to Genesis and you look at Genesis chapter 2, right, verse 19, Yahuwah brought all the animals to Adam to name the animals. Think about this. Why can't we just call animals animals? Why, no matter where we go around the world, a lion is a lion, an elephant is an elephant, a tiger is a tiger, a dog is a dog. Yeah, different breeds. You can miss me with that, but they're still a lion, right? Why we never translated the name of a lion? Food for thought. Follow me. So I don't care what creed you are. I don't care what nationality you are. We all, as humans, got one thing in common, and that is a name. Every human is born with a name. So a name carries identity, purpose, and authority. Keep that in mind. A name carries identity, purpose, and authority, right? So let me help you understand that. If somebody knock on your door and say, hey, we're here to take your belongings. By what authority? McDonald's. Are you going to take that call? You going to take that knock seriously? No. A person knock on your door and said, we're here to take your belongings. By what authority? IRS. They got your attention, don't they? You don't even know the name of the individual, but you recognize the name of IRS because the IRS name carries what? Identity, purpose, power. Identity, purpose, power, right? McDonald's don't carry the identity and purpose and power of the IRS. They're known for their fast food, right? So we understand that? So follow me. So if you look at a name, how a name can actually stir your emotions, you in love. Every time somebody mentions the name of your loved ones, you get happy, you get the butterflies, you get the jitteries, right? That same person break your heart. When you hear that person name again, you upset. You don't want to hear that person name. You have nothing to do with that name. Do you see how much power a name carries? A name also carries legacy. Let's take Michael Jackson. Everybody in the Jackson family is worldwide known. Why? Because of their name. You don't got to be talented. Look at his children. You don't got to be talented. Long as your name is associated and tied to the legacy of the Jackson, you are known as a Jackson. Therefore, you get treated pretty good. Pretty good for being a Jackson, right? Now, you and I, name is not tied to that, so we can't reap the benefits of a Jackson. So you understand how a name carry legacy. So can you imagine Paris Hilton translating her name to mess up her inheritance and mess up her history? Don't make sense, right? So here's another example. I think Michael, me personally, I think Michael is the best Michael in the world. You don't even know which Michael I'm talking about, do you? Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Michael P. Jordan. You don't know. Now, when I tell you which Michael I'm referring to, you know based on what? The identity of the name. Make sense? The power and the purpose of a name. Now, let's go back to the name of Yahusha. Now, I'm going to show you how names, right? So let me break this down. Anytime you name something, you give it what? An identity. And when you give it an identity, you give it what? Purpose. And when you give it purpose, you give it what? Behavior. Let me show you. There's 2.4 billion people under the umbrella called Christianity. Now look at the behavior of Christianity, right? They're all at war with one another. Baptist, Pentecostal, Lutheran, Catholic are all at war with one another, and they separated by what behavior? The name they carry. I'm Baptist. I act like this. I'm Pentecostal. I act like this. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I act like this. I'm Lutheran. You see how a person behavior is identified to the purpose, and the purpose is identified with the identity. Now let me show you Yahusha. When we think of the name Yahusha, like he said to Moses, this is my name forever. We're looking at that name as the eternal name that holds all power. So when we think of him, we think of what? Eternal life, eternal redemption, eternal deliverance, eternal love, eternal justification, right? All that is tied to his name. Now look at the behavior of the people that believe in Yahusha. We don't participate in birthdays. We don't participate in Christmas. Why? Because we are identified with the name Yahusha. So that name separate us based on what? Behavior. Behavior. Now, what happens if we translate the name Yahusha to a different name? Then we take on a different identity, we take on a different purpose, and we take on a different behavior. Get what I'm saying? So if a person say, I believe in Jesus, look at the way they act. Self-righteous, some. Look how they act. They don't carry truth. They don't believe in eternal salvation. They believe they have to work. They believe they have to pay tithes. They believe they have to do something to get something, right? Why? Their whole identity, belief, and behavior change when they changed the name from Yahusha to Jesus. They took on a different identity, a different doctrine, a different purpose, and a different behavior. Now go back to the people that believe in Yahusha. We believe we are eternally forgiven. We believe we are eternally justified. We believe that therefore there is no condemnation to those who put their faith in Yahusha. You see our mindset? You see how we act? You see our behavior, right? So that's why a name is important. And that's why a name can't be translated. Why? When you translate a name, you give it what? A new identity, a new purpose, a new behavior. You can't do that. So this is chapter 1 of my book. If you want to know more, definitely go get the book. It's a must-have. And those who are looking to have a foundation of this, of the true name, of the covenant name, definitely get the book. It's called Who Do You Say I Am? Written by me, Jeremiah. It's in its own Kindle. It's on Amazon. So now I gave y'all a little bit from the book. When I go live, I will talk a little bit more because I have more time to really get into detail and not just slice it and dice it the way I do now. So with all you're getting, get understanding and understand that a name carries identity, purpose, and power. When you change the name, you change the identity. When you change the identity, you change the purpose. When you change the purpose, you change the behavior. Keep that in mind and keep Yahusha first.